So today's question for us to all consider is, am I a failure or am I a success? Pretty good question, right? I have thoughts on this and I want to share them with you. Hey everyone, what's up? Sarah Mueller here from the Decluttering Club. And I was just thinking about this. We were talking about this among my coaches. We weren't exactly talking about this, but I got to thinking and I thought, oh, this would be a really good one to share with you all. So I think a lot of times maybe we do some work, maybe we declutter, maybe we clean up the kitchen, maybe we get rid of some clothes, we do something, right? And we're like, yes, I did it. It's amazing. And then that lasts for about 5 minutes. And then we look around and we think, but look over there. But look at that pile over there. But look at the garage. Let's think about the basement. And then we're like, oh no, I'm not a success. I'm actually a failure, right? Because we've done some work over here and we're like, this is a win. And so I'm winning. And then over here, this is not a win. And so I'm failing. So which is it? Like, which one is it? Could we be both at the same time? And how do we know, right? Like, which one do we get to take credit for? So you can never figure out if you're failure or success. Okay, here's the secret, Kate and everyone. You are a failure or a success depending on what you decide. You get to pick, you get to choose. Are you a failure or are you a success? And that's it. Like, literally, that is the answer. But let me tell you why, let me show you why I'm outside and what's going on here. So let me turn this around. So this is my garden. I love all the garden analogies because we can just relate to them so well. So I can show you, check out these flowers, you guys. These are the most beautiful flowers ever. I'm obsessed with all of these kind of natural perennials, right? So these echinacea, and there's like a little bee. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Check out that bee. So beautiful. And over here we have these, and I love these. They're so delicate, right? Coreopsis. And then this is another coreopsis, right? And so you can see all of the beautiful flowers, right? And over there we've got amazing lavender, absolutely swarming with life. And then here is the stunner, the spectacular hydrangeas, right? I have 2 of them on either side of the front door. And I'm obsessed with them. Okay, so that's if I'm trying to decide, am I a failure or a success as a gardener? And if I show you those flowers, you might be like, well, clearly you're a success. Clearly that's amazing, right? Obviously. But what you didn't yet see, I'm going to show you this, okay? So over here, a lot of weeds. A lot of weeds. More weeds. A lot of weeds. Weeds over here. Some more flowers, but also weeds, right? And so it's like, well, which one is it? Over here, some more weeds, okay? And so it really depends where you are looking as to what answer you're going to come up with. And so what I have decided is, and you might be like, well, yeah, but that's different. But it's not. It's totally not different. We can apply this idea to anything in our life, and it really just, birds, sorry, rude. It's just about what we decide to focus on. So if I am only looking at the weeds, I'm going to miss out on the flowers. And they're so beautiful, and they're not going to be around forever, right? Because it's going to be winter again. So I really need to notice the flowers right now. Now, does that mean I ignore the weeds? No, it doesn't. I'm still going to spend time working on the weeds, but I'm not going to let the weeds define me as a gardener. I'm going to be like, listen, there's some weeds and there's some flowers. The weeds are just holding the soil until you put something else better there. That's a beautiful thought. Love that. Yeah, I mean, weeds are just plants that you didn't want, right? That's all weeds are. But so I really want you to just notice this. The only way that you know whether you are a success at something or a failure is what you pick, what you decide. And nobody can, like someone else can be like, well, your garden, not so nice. And I'd be like, and like it does not bother me. I do not care. I love it. And that's all that matters. And like I said, I'm still going to work on it, right? And there's going to be some weeds, there's going to be some flowers, and some things are going to work out great and some things are not going to work out great. And it's all fine. But if I spend all my time telling myself and believing that I am a disaster and a failure as a gardener, I am going to miss out on the beautiful things that I wanted to create and that I have created. Okay? So I want you to apply this to your decluttering work. So many of you look around and you're like, I can't take credit for that because I didn't do this, or it didn't last. You know, well, I know it doesn't last. You know, people cook, people clean up, people brush their teeth, the toothpaste gets on the sink. It happens. It doesn't mean anything until we decide it does mean something. So you get to decide exactly what everything means. And you could just be like, yeah, I'm still working on it. It's not a big deal, right? But what you guys do so often is you're like, oh, I can't let myself enjoy it, right? But it's not that you can't let yourself enjoy it. It's just you're not allowing yourself, right? You are choosing to look at the weeds instead of the flowers. So just shift. Just look over at the flowers for a little bit. And your brain, because our brains are so sneaky and they just really want to keep us safe, your brain may not like this. And your brain may be like, this is just silly. Like, and, it may work for other people. That's all well and good for Sarah, but for you, it's different, right? But it's not. And it just takes practice. And when we own the things that we have created and when we notice them, then guess what? We want to go do more. And we are willing to do more from a place of love and growth and enjoyment, right? Because if I am just trying to clean up my garden because I want to get rid of the weeds, but I never notice the flowers, like how long am I going to spend doing that? Like probably about 5 minutes, right? And it's the same thing with your house, right? If the weeds are the clutter in your house and you never, ever, ever look at the flowers, which is the things that you have done or the things that are good, of course you're not going to want to clean it up. Like, why would you? Nobody would. And so important. So, am I a success or failure? You just pick. And it is literally as simple as that. And then you just keep practicing that over and over and over again. And that is how we move forward. All right, you guys, have a good one. I'll see you later. Take care.